Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for hopping on our staff meeting. Very excited to welcome our new staffers, Zachary and Samaya, who just finished her intern program, who is now a full-fledged paid staff member of Main Attraction Studios. So proud of you, kid. You've come a long way. And very excited to temporarily have Savannah back because we know LSATs consume a lot, in preparation for LSATs consume a lot of time. So I'm very thankful to have you for the month of August and a little bit of help throughout the season with our new comp team dancers. Love, love, love having you, and I'm so excited to see your face. So at the beginning of every season, I always go over this with with our staff because I really like to set the tone. I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and then of course giving you all the opportunity to know more about who we are at Main Attraction, what our culture is, and how we are leaning on you to maintain said culture because it is a vibe to work for Main Attraction. It is, I like to think of myself as a pretty dope boss. And so I'm hoping that you really enjoy your time uh, at Main Attraction in whatever capacity you are in, whether it's teaching, whether it's admin, a little for both. We appreciate you and I look forward to working with you and doing great things with and for our babies. So 10 things every teacher at Manufacturing Studios should know. This also applies to administrators as well. First, at Manufacturing Studios, our mission is to provide holistic dance instruction and a welcoming environment from experienced staff to be the dance family you've always wanted. So when you hear me say, what's our big four, that is always the rattle off. I would love for you all to learn it, memorize it, apply it, internalize it. Oh, that rhymes. Cute. So holistic dance instruction and a welcoming environment from experienced staff to be the dance family you've always wanted. That is our goal. Everything that we do stems from those big four. Um, Preparation creates peace, sorry. Well, pace as well. But lesson plans help classes flow smoothly and allow dancers to feel safe, confident, and supported. Preparation frees you up to teach with creativity and presence, not stress. As our general policy for lesson plans, you will receive curriculum from me that allows you to get an idea of what dancer should be able to do at the end of each semester with you, depending on their age group and the genre of dance that you are teaching. We do this on purpose because we want to make sure for dancers or for teachers who haven't had a lot of experience with creating lesson plans or mapping out an entire semester of growth for students. We want to make it easy for you all by providing some resources that show the curriculum that we want all of our Main Attraction dancers to know and learn based on their age group, based on the genre, certain things certain milestones, definitions that they should be able to know, movement that they should be able to demonstrate, which then leads to choreography and growth and progression to the next level in that genre. So we try to make it as easy as possible for you guys by creating curriculum within Main Attraction so that you can conceptualize what that growth will look like for your dancers and create lesson plans to chunk out what that looks like weekly for them. Weekly reports help us stay connected. Weekly reports help leadership understand what's happening in the studio, what dancers are excelling, where support is needed, and how we can better serve our community. Lesson plans and weekly reports are due by 5 p.m. each Thursday. Of course, if you want to submit that prior to, that is fine as well, but hard deadline, 5 p.m. every Thursday. We do that on purpose because if you know that's the same time each day, each week. so that you can plan accordingly throughout your week to make sure that you can submit that on time for us. It's really important to me that I know what's going on in the studio, especially if there are issues that need to be addressed. If there's a kiddo that's having some behavior issues, if there's a kiddo that's always late, having a conversation with that parent and seeing what kind of support we can offer to make sure that the kid gets there on time. If they don't have what they need, making sure that, we can pull from our store to get what they need, or questions that you have about how do I reach this child? What these are some things that I have tried. Some have worked, some haven't. What do you recommend? Those types of things. Um, Deadlines help the whole family function. Deadlines aren't about pressure, they're about protection. When systems run smoothly, we're able to protect the energy and atmosphere that make main attractions special. This summer was a clear and perfect example of how when deadlines get away from us, it negatively affects the whole team. As I said before, we lost some teachers this summer because the deadlines just were not met. And so I had to go into those classrooms, into those classes to finish the choreography, which pulled me away from things that I needed to be able to do at the CEO level. And so it really just throws off the entire structure when there's a missed opportunity to, handle business and do what you were hired to do. It really just throws off the entire team. We don't want that. We want things to be chill and cool and like happy at main attraction. So deadlines really help us maintain that vibe. Staff meetings are not just about Staff meetings are about alignment, not just information. Staff meetings are a space for us to connect, collaborate, and stay aligned in vision. Your participation helps to ensure that the studio feels unified, intentional, and supportive. Culture is everyone's responsibility. Main attraction should feel welcoming, joyful, encouraging, and safe for dancers, family, and staff. Each teacher, each staff member plays a role in maintaining the vibe. How you speak, support, and show up matters. How we speak to each other, how we speak to children, how we're interacting with parents, all of that helps us maintain a culture that is welcoming and affirming. Even if we need to redirect or do the work of helping dancers change their behavior, it should still be done in a way that leaves them with their dignity and encourages them to want to shoot for the goals that we're setting for them. We believe in learning across levels and roles. Main attraction values mixed level and dual level learning, whether that means combining classes, supporting newer dancers, or mentoring dancers who aspire to teach or lead. We believe growth happens best in shared spaces. This picture is a perfect example of pretty much everything that this slide is saying. So of course, this is Samaya, our newest staff member who has been a dancer at Main Attraction for 3 years, and she is the youngest sibling in her family to participate in Main Attraction because we had two of her other older siblings in Main Attraction as well. And the little one that she is laughing with in this picture was actually her academic teacher in the community. And so Main Attraction is very involved in our community, and we love being able to promote within our own home with it. We love to promote in-house wherever possible. So with Samaya just completing her internship program, she's now on paid staff, and we have a couple other interns that are participating in that program as well. And we'll continue to add interns to eventually become either teachers or administrators or some other paid support within the studio. We develop dancers into leaders. Some dancers don't just want to dance, they want to lead. We encourage teachers to nurture leadership, responsibility, and confidence in dancers who show interest in teaching or supporting others. Collaboration over competition, always. At Main Attraction, we view fellow dancers and teachers as family, not rivals. We celebrate each other's wins, support growth, and show up for one another inside and outside of the classroom. Excellence includes grace and growth. We aim for growth, not perfection. Feedback, accountability, and open communication are tools for growth, not criticism. Support is always available. Um, this is for students. This is also for staff. If there is something that you need and you feel like it's not something that is naturally coming to you from manufacturing, please let me know and we can troubleshoot ways to help you be the best staff member that you can. Even if it's something outside of manufacturing, let me know and I can assist where I can. When you grow, the studio grows. Manufacturing is invested in you. When you bring your best, your heart, your creativity, your leadership, you help cultivate the environment that helps keep people coming back, even when they don't have class. We cultivate a space at Manufacturing where kids are able to just come in, chill out, help with something at the front desk, even if they don't have class, or they can help with labeling costumes, taking little ones to the bathroom, any and every opportunity we can to foster growth, leadership, a sense of belonging, and a sense of ownership within our studio, we do so. Manufacturing is more than a studio, it's a community. We're thankful that you've chosen to help cultivate the culture, care, and excellence that define who we are. Questions or comments about that? Fantastic. All right. Moving on. Okay, there we go. Thumbs up or an emoji if you can see the screen. It should say Manufacturing Studios and then staff meeting in the bottom left corner. Fantastic. All right, so agenda is going to be really short. So reviewing our big four, again, our status on teachers and staff, teacher expectations for this semester, showcase log and choreography deadlines, and then curriculum and lesson plans. So like this quote from Thomas Edison, vision without execution is delusion. We can make all these plans of how great we want manufacturing to be, but if we are not executing these plans, we're delusional in thinking that we'll be able to create an environment where kids are able to learn, grow, thrive, have fun, enjoy being themselves, and all of that jazz. So with that, pop quiz, what is our big four? We've talked about it a couple of times, but do your best to try to remember and let me know if you have it. Not brief, but if she has it.
Okay, holistic dance instruction,
Mm-hmm.
experienced staff,
Mm-hmm.
welcoming environment,
Mm-hmm.
dance family.
Period. Get into it, Audrey. Yes.
Thank you
Love it.
guys.
Love it. Love it.
I've heard the big four, and I've like
Period.
past 3 pop quizzes. I was not prepared, and I was like, I'm gonna be prepared this time.
I'm gonna be ready. And you absolutely were. Round of applause, darling. You did great. Okay, so with that, we need more experienced teachers. In addition to teachers, we are also looking for administrative support as well. Very excited to let you guys know that Cuyahoga Community College, or Tri-C, has reached out to us. They are starting, or they have started, a program within Tri-C where they are basically working with some students to help them get hired in local businesses in the community. And the great thing about that is it gives them the opportunity to do the work of getting a resume together, being ready for interviews, and working in a business within the community. And the stipend, and they will provide a stipend for them. And so there's a couple of people that we have in mind. Bree and I have been working with Tri-C to go through the pool of candidates that they have put together for us. And so we'll be interviewing some of those people in the coming weeks to be added to our team, at least temporarily for this semester. I am hoping that they will be able to stay even after this semester because admin is really the space where we need the most support. Bree is absolutely fabulous. I call her Chat GP Bree because she handles pretty much everything that we need administratively, but I want to get some additional assistance for her so we can delegate a bit more. I don't want anybody to experience burnout. And so this is my way of trying to make sure that everybody has what they need in their various areas. We also do need maybe 1 to 2 more teachers. I don't want burnout. Most of you are teaching anywhere from 2 to 4 classes. I would prefer to keep it there. I would prefer not to add any more classes to you. And so with the addition of our competition team, that adds about 4 or 5 more class slots weekly because we have a new group of dancers who will be in the studio participating at the competition level. So we're very excited about that, but we also want to make sure that we have people in place to accommodate for our growth. So if you have ideas of people that you would like to bring into the studio or have teach in our space, please let me know. I would love to reach out to them and set up an interview, talk through their qualifications and their availability, so that we can add a few more people to our team to keep classes low and the risk of burnout low as well. Teacher expectations. So what are you asked to do as a teaching staff or admin staff at Administration? I'm glad you asked. The first thing is to stay in the know. Communication is going to be really, really important for all of us to be able to do our jobs effectively. As the weeks go on, we will have more and more communication, especially as we get closer to showcase. And so it's going to be really, really important for you all to stay in connection with each other, not in constant communication because that's a bit much, but checking regularly enough and responding within a timely manner when someone sends something to our staff group chat and things like that. So, a couple things or a couple requests that I have for you all regarding that type of communication. Check your email and staff group text every Sunday between 11 and 1 p.m. I send messages to our parents around that time so that they have weekly updates. And I will also send messages to you all in our staff group chat regarding any changes, updates, or reminders that you need to know of. Sunday is our busiest day at the studio. That is the day that we serve we teach all of the age groups that we serve. And so in my mind, Sunday makes the most sense to give an update on what to expect for the week ahead. So we sending it at that time. Like if parents read through it, if they have questions, they can stop by the front desk when they drop their dancer off to get some clarification. And same thing for you guys. Anything coming up that week, any reminders or updates, I send them to you around that same time so that you can kind of like set your watch for communication happening on that day. I do not want to, it is not my intention to bombard you with information all week. Y'all have stuff to do. I have stuff to do. I do not want you chained to your phone, checking on things from me. That's no way to live. No, thank you. And so as long as you all are checking on Sundays between 11 and 1, that is ideal. And then checking at least every other day thereafter. Usually the only thing that will come through if it's not on a Sunday is maybe someone asking for a sub for their class. And so we have some very strict and intentional policies around subbing. and for the person that's asking and for the person who is willing to take the sub opportunity. And so just checking your text messages every other day just to make sure that no one is requesting a sub and you don't see that or miss the opportunity to assist in some additional classes. Responding to emails, calls, and text messages from me within 6 to 8 hours. I realize that main attraction may not be your only place of employment. And so, if you are working somewhere else during the day, you see the text message at the end of the day, just respond within that day. I don't give like a whole lot of time sensitive thing, like I need you to respond to me immediately. And in those very rare occasions, I'll call. But for the most part, as long as you're responding to me within 6 to 8 hours, again, I will not send a whole lot of messages, especially to you all individually. Most of them will just come through the group chat. The only time I'll reach out to you all individually is regarding like you're subbing, or if you requested a costume, that costume is out of stock, or we don't have enough sizes for your dancer, I'll reach out to say, like, what are your alternatives? Something like that. And it'll be a very rare occurrence. Other tight deadline, 5 o'clock every Thursday, your weekly report. So, new teachers, you will submit a lesson plan the first 60 days of your employment every Thursday. Everybody, admin, teachers, whether you've been here 1 day or 11 years, everybody does a weekly report because I want to make sure that everything is running the way that it's supposed to. If you have questions for me, if you need support from me, I get that information from you, and then I can follow up with you to make sure that you have what you need. Other things, please arrive at least 10 minutes before your class starts. That way, you're able to get into your class, get everything set up, check in with whoever might have been in the class before you, to make sure that sound equipment and all of that is working properly, um, things like that. Or if there's something that I need to share with you all before your class starts, like, hey, I need you in another room today, or something like that. So you have time to wrap your mind around that and still be prepared for class. These dates are off, but so I will give you new dates. Oh, I got the wrong slide. Whatever. Prepping for showcase. Yes, showcase is in December, but we start prepping around September. So there's nothing due right now, but these are things that I want you to think about. So by the time we have our next meeting, you have some of these ideas already set for yourself so that you can complete the showcase log. So showcase log is a spreadsheet that I will prepare for you all. For Christmas, our theme is always, or for the foreseeable future, it will be Nutcracker remix. So we do ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, and Afro choreography to Christmas and Nutcracker themed music. The dates for that we already have. Dress rehearsal will be December 19th. Showcase will be December 20th. I know normally we do our dress rehearsal a week before showcase. Unfortunately, the venue that we normally use is booked for that previous Saturday and Sunday. So we are going with back-to-back dress rehearsal on the 19th and showcase on the 20th. So by our next meeting on August 30th, I will have spreadsheet ready for you all to choose your characters, select your music, and select your costume choices. And that will probably be due in about 2 weeks from the 30th. So like September 13th, I want to say. Yeah, something like that. Um, review the showcase log and gather all your necessary details for class. Or remember, again, picking your character, your music choice, and you'll have like 2 to 3 costume options that you can put in the spreadsheet. Like I said, for instance, everybody is ordering costumes for Christmas. And so if you choose a costume that either was like way too expensive, or if there weren't enough sizes for to fit all of the dancers in your class, I will go with your second or third option. And then we just have those things already available so that I don't have to contact you about like every little thing. Choreography for Christmas showcase. I want to say we need to have that done before Thanksgiving. Um, Probably the top of November so that you have a week or two to polish before Thanksgiving. We're learning the hard way that when the kiddos go on break and they come back, it's like, did you learn anything at all, friend? It's like I have not taught you any choreography. Why do you not remember this stuff? This also gives us the opportunity to record our practice videos for kiddos so that they can practice over Christmas break. We do warm-up videos and choreography videos, and we add them to our YouTube channel, and we share that playlist with parents so that they can practice as we get closer to showcase. So we'll definitely be doing that. So we'll say our deadline for choreography is like I want to say the first November, no, the first Sunday in November. We have, like I said, we have curriculum documents and dance cards to help you inform your choreography and assess student skills and progress. We also have a couple of curriculum apps that we are adding to our main instruction repertoire this season. The first one we already have is called Acro Art. So that has curriculum for our acro classes. We will also be adding, I'm hoping to add a tap app and a hip hop app to help us with getting choreography, getting technique, and creating or adding curriculum that will help take a lot of that guesswork out of growth and development for our dancers. Um, Other things, communicate days off as early as possible. Again, when you are not here, we want to make sure that your classes and your kiddos don't miss a beat. So, a couple of things that are required for requesting off at main attraction. First, let me know as early as possible, at least at least a week in advance. Of course, if emergencies come up, that's understandable. But if you have planned absences, I'm going to be out of town. I have this convention to go to, something like that. Please, please, please let me know as early as possible. Then we'll pose the sub opportunity to the group chat. Like, hey guys, I'm going to be out on such and such. Can somebody take my tap class? Can somebody take my acro class? And then people will respond to say, I can do this class, this time, such and such. Within at least 3 days before someone is scheduled to sub for you, you must submit to them and to the studio, myself, a lesson plan, music, and videos. If you have already started choreography, submit a video so that the sub or the teacher who is subbing your class knows what the kids have been working on. Cannot stress that enough. So once you solidify a sub for yourself, within 3 days of them subbing for you, they need to have a lesson plan from you, music from you, and any supplemental details. So like choreography videos, anything else that you all have been working on so that your kids do not miss a beat, so that the teacher knows exactly what they need to be doing while they are subbing for you. And the last thing, as soon as you solidify the sub, um, then you are sending a calendar invite to the studio and that sub. So for instance, it will say Charmaine out / Audrey subbing. And then send that to the studio email, send that to your sub, and then send that secondary email with lesson plan, music, and any additional materials that they will need to properly sub your class. I am saying this over and over and over again because we had major issues with that this summer, and I just really don't want to have that experience anymore because it was not great. And again, when we miss deadlines, when we miss opportunities to inform our colleagues and our kiddos, it's really the kiddos that suffer. And we don't want that. Let's see. I think that's it. Okay. Any questions?
Zachary had a question in the chat.
How long does each piece need to be? Okay. So that answer varies depending on the age group that you are serving. For preschoolers and superstars, which are like 7 to 12-year-olds, we ask for pieces to be about 1.5 to 2 minutes. You can also repeat, like if there's a chorus that plays twice in the song that you choose, you can do a portion of the choreography, like you can repeat a portion of the choreography, especially based on where your kiddos are, how well they're picking up the choreography and all that jazz. So about 2 minutes. If for older kiddos, we want at least 2 to 4 minutes. So yeah.
Quick question about my subbing for Aaliyah this week coming up. I had checked the calendar for our classes and I realized that there is overlap of our classes, so the ones that I'm teaching and the ones that she's teaching. Would it be possible to combine classes so that I'm able to sub for her kiddos as well?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I
Okay,
have
no
to get
worries. We can
my
circle back to it.
charger. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Say your question again, Audrey.
So for the schedule for this week on Tuesdays and Thursday, the 11th and the 13th, that Aaliyah needed subs. On Tuesday, it's the 5:45 to 7, and then on Thursday, it's the 5 to 8. My classes overlap with hers slightly, but I do think with the age groups, it would work if we combined. Would that be okay for us to do, or would you like to find another sub for those days?
It should be fine. Let me pull up the schedule so I can see which classes you're talking about. Because yes, I made the schedule, but it's a lot of new classes.
It's a lot of classes. I was having to reference it a lot. I think it's the comp team on Tuesday that I'm teaching, and Aaliyah's class is shortened, and then it's reversed for Thursday where she's doing comp and I'm teaching ballet, I'm pretty sure.
Got you. Okay, so Tuesday, Aaliyah has 5:45 to 7 ballet, and then you have comp team
For the
5:45
showstoppers.
to 8.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
So I could do like that 5:45 to 7, we could do ballet class. And then the rest of the class can be for my comp team, for the showstopper girls. And
Perfect. Yep. That's totally fine. So if you
and
want to
then for
do ballet with them until 7 and then
yeah,
switch to jazz for the comp girls from 7 to 8, that's fine.
that sounds perfect. And
Okay.
then for Thursday, Aaliyah's class is 5 to 8, and she's also has comp team then, and then I have the superstars 5:30 to 7.
Okay.
But I can always do like warm up first 30 minutes, and then other girls join. Whatever you think would work best.
That. That is a bit of a conundrum. Because it's a different age group. And so I would be concerned about the showstoppers being with the superstars.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Samaya, question. Can you teach conditioning on Thursday, this Thursday, 5:30 to 7?
Yes, I would just need a ride.
Okay, yeah, I can provide transportation.
Okay,
That's
and then
fine.
I can take 5 to 8 for Aaliyah.
Correct.
Beautiful. Okay, that
That's
sounds
perfect.
great. Thank you, Samaya.
No problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. So Samaya, I may need to pick you up earlier because I have that women's health event in the other part of the church, and I would need to be there earlier to like set up. So I'll probably get you at like, could I get you at like 4 and then you like help me set up chairs and then just walk across the courtyard to teach?
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Uh, I think that's pretty much it. No, last thing. Okay, so we have made a couple changes to our um, staff contract. And with this being the beginning of the season, I want to go over those changes with you because you'll be getting your contracts, of course, to sign for the new season. So we've gone through some HR language, some legal language to make sure that everything is worded the way that it needs to be. I've taken a number of like seminars and stuff about this, and so I've been working with Bree to get our language just right for these updated contracts, and we're very excited to share that with you. So I'm going to do that very quickly because we're getting to the 8 o'clock hour and I'm ready for bed. So, boom. Okay, so this is what your contract looks like. Um, and with this being the start of the new season, everyone will be signing contracts. I'm going over the teacher contract as opposed to the admin contract, but a lot of the information is going to be exactly the same except for the scope of service. I think that's the only thing that is different for the admin contract versus the teacher contract. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. So this document indicates terms and conditions of employment / contracted work between you, who is the contractor, and us, which is Manufacturing Studios or MAS. Your time will be, we'll say like August 9th till June or May 20th or whenever showcases. I have to look at that again. Scope of service, delivering the best possible age appropriate movement, terminology, music, choreography, technique, and historical influence in weekly classes on the days and times agreed upon by contractor and manufacturing studio, submitting weekly reports and communication to the director, which is me, regarding class details and status on actions and responsibilities. Customer / clerical services during business hours as needed. The main thing that you all will be doing is maybe helping with labeling costumes, and then the clerical work that you're doing in terms of submitting your costume and music selections for showcase. That's pretty much it. Communicating inability to teach or work at least 1 week prior to intended absence and securing another contractor. It is your responsibility to secure your subs. That is one of the main reasons why we all communicate in staff group chat. This gives you the opportunity to get to know your colleagues better. So you just literally submit your request in the group chat and someone should respond to you within a day or so. Communicating clearly and concisely with professionally, Jesus, with parents, guardians about student progress, expectations, and performance details. You are responsible for knowing performance details. We send the message that I send to parents each week also has staff listed in that email listserv. So that information is coming through. If a parent asks you a question, you should know the answer, especially if it's basic stuff about what time is class, what do they need to wear, when is the showcase, those types of things. Offering stagehand services to showcase community performances, open house opportunities. Our open house classes and our regular classes happen at the same time. That we don't have separate open house classes. We do that on purpose so that if the parent likes the class and that already works with their schedule, they just keep coming back that same day and time each week, and they're already rolled into the class. It also gives dancers an opportunity to meet kids who will be in the class with them. So yeah, boom. Photographs, videos, and media footage that includes contractor. So you have media release within your contract, attending professional development events, which includes staff meetings, conventions, competitions, etc. And any other reasonable services as requested by the director. So for instance, the call off request, reasonable services. Your fee for teaching versus admin, you are an independent contractor, which means you will get a 1099 form for your taxes that does not take taxes out, which means you will be responsible for paying those taxes when you file annually. It also means that you are solely responsible for the work you are contracted to do with main attraction. If you need a sub, that sub needs to be that. If you need a sub that is not already a part of main attraction staff, that sub needs to be vetted, and their pay comes from your time, if that makes sense. Compliance with applicable law, compliance with professional expectations, treat students, family, staff members, volunteers, guests, and community partners with professionalism and respect, an encouraging environment, integrity, both in person and in electronic communication, refrain from discrimination, harassment, bullying, retaliation, or abusive behavior, compliance with attendance and call-off policies. Approved time away is generally unpaid unless otherwise agreed to in writing, again, because you are independent contractors. You're not salaried, so you are paid by the hour. If you don't work hours, you don't get paid. Emergency absences. In the event of illnesses, emergency, accident, or other unforeseen circumstances, contractor agrees to notify the director as soon as possible, by telephone or text message, followed by an email when practical. Bereavement. Main attraction recognizes that the loss of a loved one is a difficult and deeply personal experience. While the contractor is not an employee and is not eligible for employee leave benefits, we are committed to working compassionately with you during periods of bereavement while maintaining continuity for services and families. So on one hand, we want to be empathetic and assist you through this process, but we also have an obligation to make sure that main attraction still runs smoothly or as smoothly as possible in your absence. So contractors should notify the director of their need for bereavement accommodations as soon as reasonably possible. Whenever practical, notification should be made by telephone or text message, followed by an email. In certain situations, we may ask for reasonable documentation, such as an obituary, a funeral program, a memorial announcement, or some sort of thing in that realm, some sort of document within that realm. And we do that on a case-by-case basis. Compliance with safety. Maintain a safe environment for students, families, fellow contractors, and visitors. Report injuries, safety concerns, suspected abuse or neglect, accidents, and criminal activity occurring on studio property. We are mandated reporters. Whenever you work with children, you are automatically a mandated reporter, which means any instances, any suspicions of abuse or neglect need to be reported to me immediately. You do not have to call the authority 696 kids or anything like that, but you need to let me know as soon as possible. I will make those calls. It is a very difficult process, and I don't want to put that on you, but if you see something that looks like abuse or neglect with our babies, please let me know as soon as possible. Compliance with studio property. Responsible for don't tear up our stuff. Just real simple. Don't tear it up. Compliance with confidentiality. Maintain confidentiality of all students, financial, personnel, business information. Treat it with confidentiality and care. Compliance with indemnification. Please don't be outside talking about main attraction subs. If there's an issue, let me know. We can work it out. It was probably a misunderstanding because I'm not a mean person. So if something pop off, let me know. Performance management. Manufacturing believes in coaching and professional development whenever possible. Performance concerns may be addressed through verbal coaching, written service discrepancies in professional development plans, administrative suspension, pending investigation, and termination. Nothing in this agreement requires manufacturing to utilize each step before taking disciplinary action when circumstances warrant more immediate action. Ohio is an at-will state, meaning you can terminate your work with us and we can terminate your service to main attraction at will whenever you feel like it. Thankfully, that is not how I operate. I do not enjoy redirecting people when they fall below what the expectations are. I do not enjoy letting people go. In the instances where that has to happen, we do it, but I do not enjoy it, and it is not a common practice for me. Subpar service. A couple things that are like absolute no-nos. Please, please, please don't do these things. Failure to communicate, inability to work your shift at least 1 week prior to your absence. This includes staff meetings. Failure or 2 or more instances of communicating same day schedule changes or call offs. This is 2 or more instances per semester. This is basically considered a no call, no show because it does not give us the time that we need to secure somebody in your absence, make sure that the kids have what they need. It really puts the studio at a disadvantage. Please don't do that. Failure to secure a substitute. Failure to supply necessary substitute materials in a timely manner. Remember, we said 3 days. Arriving more than 10 minutes past the start time of the work shift. Second demonstration of subpar classroom management. If your kids are all over the place, just not participating, not doing what they're supposed to do, or if you're like screaming at them, no, thank you. Combative, unprofessional words or actions towards parents, students, or staff. Missing 2 weekly report deadlines per semester, and then more than 24 hours late for other deadlines set by your director. Professional development plan. If the contractor receives 2 service discrepancy occurrences in the same semester, they must meet with the director within 10 days of the second service discrepancy occurrence. During this meeting, the contractor and the director will collectively draft a professional development plan to fulfill across the next 30 days. After the PDP 30-day time frame, contractor and director will meet again to discuss next step toward maintaining employment. Can we add maintaining there, Ray, please? Contractor faces possible termination if they incur more than 4 subpar service occurrences within 1 semester or 6 occurrences within 1 season, which is usually August to May, or for failure to meet the terms in their professional development plan. At will termination, again, you can leave whatever you want. We can fire you whatever we want. We will not do that because we're nice people. Contractor notice, if you need to leave, even though we are an at-will state, please give us at least 2 weeks notice. Again, because we want to make sure that the kiddos are not negatively affected in the shuffling of people leaving and other people coming in. Payment after termination within 30 days. This contract states that you usually get paid by the 7th of each month. Payment after termination will be at least 30 days, no more than 30 days after your leave. It is usually on the 7th, just, some cushion language. Non-compete and non-solicitation. Upon leave and during employment, contractor will not establish or operate a place of business that provides the same or similar services within a 15-mile radius. Please don't open another dance studio within 15 minutes of us. No, thank you. Also, please don't try to take our students if you do so, because no, thank you. Contractor will not directly or indirectly solicit, recruit, induce, encourage, or attempt to persuade any MAS employee, contractor, instructor, administrator, or other staff member to terminate or reduce their relationship with main attraction for the purpose of working for, contracting with, providing services to your business. That's gross. Don't do that. Ownership. of work product and intellectual property. Basically, your ideas are yours. We love anything that you bring to Main Attraction, any systems that you help us implement that help us run more smoothly, more effectively. Just know after you leave, we may still use some of your choreography. It's a dual ownership type situation. We're not going to keep you from using your stuff if you go somewhere else, but we might still be using it as well. Just throwing that out there. Force majeure basically just says like we're doing everything according to local, state, and federal law. We are above board and around these parts. Questions about contract? Okay, so just wanted to go over that with you all since we have made some changes since the last time you all signed it, and just make sure that everybody is aware of the changes. And if you have any questions or need any clarification with anything, we're more than happy to offer that. Anything else before we end for the evening? Ooh. Audrey, since Samaya is technically taking your class, do you send both of us a calendar invite? And
Right, and I'll
then
send lesson plan and everything.
fantastic. Did I send you a lesson plan for that class?
Not one that was pre-made, but I have the template to make my own. But if you have a class template, like if you have a lesson plan for that specific class, I would love to
Yeah,
have that just so I know what you would love. But yeah, I just have the
fantastic.
template to make my own.
So yeah, I'm gonna send that to you tonight to make sure you have it. There's also a video that we have from our warm up master list. So I'll share the video with you and the lesson plan that I had for the conditioning class last semester.
Perfect, thank
Just to
you.
get an idea of
Yeah.
what they were working on.
Mhm.
I really want to keep as much of that as close as possible.
100%.
But if
Just
you
so
want
they
to
have the,
add some stuff,
yeah.
feel
I want,
free.
I don't want to like shock them on their first day if they're used to doing stuff. Yeah.
Cool, cool. All right, good people. I'm gonna do that now so I don't forget. Especially since I just made a big stink about it. Everybody good? All hearts and minds clear? Fantastic. Yes, Bree.
I would like to say, since Charmaine probably will not celebrate this herself, I would like to say kudos to the implementation of Dazzle this summer. It's something Charmaine and I really have worked on very hard, probably since 2022 when I joined the team. And the last couple of summers, we haven't been able to implement it, but this summer, as much hard work as we have put into it, she was able to implement it very successfully. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud of the team. I'm very proud of you guys and look forward to expanding next summer and keeping it going. But I did just want to say congratulations on a successful summer season.
Thank you, Bree. Much appreciated. Yes, I'm very proud of myself and proud of the work that we've been able to do. I created a 4-week curriculum that includes the kiddos were reading a different book every day and completed anywhere from 2 to 3 activities that helped drive home the goals or the like literary themes of that day. And so I literally created a 20 book curriculum in a year. It's wild. It's probably why my brain still hurts now. But the kids loved it. The parents kept talking about them coming home and talking to them about the things that they learned. So that just made my heart very happy that the kids enjoyed camp so much and the choreography. Because what would I do made me cry every time I saw it. So we love it. Thank you all so much. Good people. Have a good evening. And I will have those contracts available for you when you come for your normal class time of teaching. So if you can stop by the front desk, like maybe 10 minutes or so before your teaching time, I can have those for you. If we don't have them this week, I will definitely have all of them Sunday, because that's our busiest day and that's when most of you will be there. Goodbye. Have a great evening.
Have a good night.
Thank you very much. Have a
Bye.
good night.